Okay, so when you purchase the TPT product, you will see a page that comes up like this. The first thing you need to do is go over here to the three dots and make a copy. Name your copy. Now, I want to say this before you just create one. I suggest you create one for each RBT that you're supervising if you want to share the results with each RBT. If you just want one form with all of your RBTs on it, then that's fine. Just create one. So I'm going to say that this is for RBT Susan. And I'm going to make a copy. Okay, so now this will be in my Google Drive as RBT Susan. The first thing I need to do here is edit this. Again, if I was using this for multiple RBTs, then I would put multiple people's names here. Since it's just for one, it's always going to be for Susan, and I will go ahead and delete the other name. So right here, I'm in edit mode. If I want to change any of this information as far as what information I want to collect, this is where I would do it. So I'm not going to fill this out as if I'm doing a session. Right now, this is editing the form itself. So we have all of the criteria from the BACB for the RBT task list, second edition. I don't think I need to make any changes here. So I'm done editing. Okay, so now I'm going to go up here to send. And I'm going to click on the link here. I'm going to shorten it just for the purpose of making it easier. And then I'm going to copy this link. This is not the link for me to edit the form. This is the link for me to fill out the form now, as if I was just filling out any type of survey online, right? So I'm not editing the form anymore. So now I have copied this link and I can send it to myself. I'm going to just paste it here to show you. Okay, so now I'm in the option to actually fill out the form. So Susan was my RBT. The date of the supervision will say that that date is today, which is April 13th, 2023. The time will say it was 10 a.m. And it was a 2-hour session. It was direct observation. I watched her prepare for data collection. She took frequency data. She entered the data and updated the graphs. Great job, Susan. Okay. Assessment. Sure, she did a preference assessment. Well done. Okay, yes, she could identify the essential components of a written skill acquisition plan. We'll say she did some discrimination training with her DTT and implemented the token economy procedures. Awesome. Okay. She could identify the components of the BSP, implemented differential reinforcement procedures. Super. Okay, her communication, maybe her communication needs a little bit of help. So under effectively communicate with a supervisor in an ongoing manner, I would say work on communication. Please inform BCBA when you will be running late. Okay, yeah, she could define or describe the RBT supervision requirements, and her boundaries are good. She was showing dignity to clients. Yeah, and she responded appropriately when I talked to her about making sure she lets me know when she's running late. Okay, so now I have submitted my responses. Again, this was on the link to share this document, or sorry, send this document to myself. Okay. Now over here, this is my edit form. You'll see here responses. I have one response, and it was about Susan. If I want to create a spreadsheet, all I have to do is click here, link to sheets, create a new spreadsheet. This is going to be all of my responses. Create. Now I can see that in a spreadsheet. Once I have multiple responses, there will be another tab that opens up. Well, actually it's right here, but what will happen is once I have multiple responses, this will begin to graph those responses. And so, for example, we can see the statistics on how many supervision hours we typically do together, what types, the ratio of what types to each, right, for individual meetings versus direct observation or group meetings, what types of measurement procedures we went over, and just different feedback. And then you can also select individual responses. So here's a summary, right? So if there was like 10 of these, you would see all these different colors because you'd start to see them graphed. I could look at them by question. I can look at them by individual. So this would have been a copy of my individual report from what I just filled out. And you can go from, let's say we have 30 here, 1 to 30 just by pressing this arrow on the right and looking through them. So again, when people are having problems filling out this form, they're usually going here and they're trying to fill it out in edit mode. They don't understand why they're having so many problems. Again, when you're here, you need to go to send and you need to copy this link. This is the link that you need to be using when you are filling something out. You copy it and you paste it. Now, I've included some shortcuts on the main tutorial for people who want to create like a little widget on their phone. So you could take that same link, you could copy it, you could open up your text messaging. If you have a Mac, I use a Mac and I just go here to my messages and I would send myself the link. That's the link to fill out the form, not the link to edit the form. So then what I would do is I would take that link and I would hold it down and I would add to home screen. And you can see more details about that in the main tutorial. So that would just make it really easy for me to tap on my phone and fill it out real quick and send it to myself. But this is just another way that you guys can do that. I hope this helps resolve some of the problems that people are having with using Google Forms. Again, this is not anything that is specific to my form. This is Google Forms in general. This is how the program works. So I hope that it is a benefit to you once you figure out how to use it. I hope it really helps with your tracking. As you can see, it doesn't take long once you get the hang of it. We can really cut out some of the time that you guys spend documenting this stuff.